What's good? You know how we do. It's the Boxing Clinic and more. It's your boy CJ Goodfella coming at you with the final thoughts for the best fight of the weekend. Going around 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time in the States. It's Tony Bellew, David Haye 2, the rematch. And it's going to be a hell of a fight, I believe. And you know how we do the final thoughts. We give a little bit of reaction to the weigh-in. Then we say our final piece into the live reaction if we do one this weekend, which I'll be on with Corey Lee Boxing tomorrow for the live reaction. So if you want to go subscribe over to Corey Lee Boxing and hit the bell icon so you know when we go live tomorrow. We might just sit on there and be live for the whole undercard. You never know. But as well, subscribe over here. Then you get my post-fight thoughts over here as well. But yeah, shout out to Corey Lee Boxing. Shout out to Cali Enigma. You know, shout out to the brother Trey X. And we working, man. But you know, Tony Bellew came in at 3 pounds lighter than his last fight around that. At 210 pounds, just a little bit over that, like 210.43 or something like that. Mr. David Haye, the Haymaker, former undisputed cruiserweight champion and former world heavyweight champion, came in just over 220, about 227 or one. He kept going back and forth. The scale, I'm alone on that stone shit that the UK be saying, man, but they had the regular pound scale up there to usually for their fights, and it's a good event that Eddie Hearn, Richard Schaefer, and David Haye, whatever they got going on, made. You got Joe Joyce on the undercard. You got the Limroy guy that Sean Porter Dads trains on the undercard. He's a 50-1 underdog. I might have to drop some bread on Mr. Limroy, but you got Tony. I mean, it's a good fight, man. I was on with Corey Lee Boxing yesterday and Trey X and Black Horseman Promotions. Go subscribe to that brother as well. He put in good work, just as I do. And, you know, everybody picked David Haye to win. And I told him in the first fight, I picked David Haye to win. I was 99.99999% sure David Haye was going to dog walk Tony Bellew. And, you know, I guess I was wrong like a lot of other people was wrong. I watched the fight. And I wasn't too keen on watching the fight. Like, you know, I'll watch it if I got time. But ended up being one of the better decisions I made that day. Probably the best decision I made that day. But, you know, physically, Tony Bellew looked a little bit better than last time. He's 3 pounds lighter. You can tell that he's growing into the weight, getting used to the weight. I don't know if he wins, that he want to go back down to cruiserweight because he's starting to his body's starting to tighten up. It's starting to acclimate to the heavyweight division. And he looked a lot better than he did the first fight. You know, David Haye is lighter than last time they fought. They said 6 pounds lighter. So that's always positive. That means he might have trained harder. This fight, he might be in better shape. So, you know, I think for the weigh-in, it's very, very important for both fighters, and here's why. David Haye, you know, is 6 pounds lighter. That means he's taking this shit serious. You know, the first fight, I'm going to get into that. I explained on Corey Lee live stream Boxing Talk yesterday. David Haye taking this shit extremely serious. He's not playing no games. And Tony Bellew as well. You know, usually some people that say the heavyweight, they come in light at one weight, they get used to the weight. This is third fight at heavyweight, I believe, then they blow up. You know, now he getting a little bit smaller. He taking this shit serious. I believe the O2 is in his hometown where they fighting at. So both of these guys are taking this shit serious. And you know, I can't wait, man. This is a fight that I can't wait for, man. This is gonna be a beautiful chaos. And I say that before David Haye because in the first fight, people say, oh, he injured himself in the 5th round. He didn't injure himself in the 5th round, but he got fatigued. He thought he was going to come in there and bash on fucking Tony Bellew in a few rounds and be done. And when he threw the kitchen sink in the basement and the top bedroom and the car garage and the 2-door fucking Lamborghini at him and the Range Rover at Tony Bellew, and Tony Bellew was still there like a dog, you know, he believed like we believe that if Adonis Stevenson can knock him out, you know, why can't I? But maybe, you know, Tony Bellew was weight drained, you know, or maybe it wasn't his weight. The extra weight do help you absorb punishment. You know, people got to understand that. You put that weight in, oh, he got a chin also. Yeah, you know, he comfortable eating well. He not draining himself. He had a comfortable weight for him. And he shocked David Haye by his punch resistance. And then when he was able to give it back to David Haye, and David Haye was on the retreat and he was walking him down, I believe then that's when he injured himself. Achilles injuries happen usually, if it's not extreme measures, it's because motherfuckers don't be in shape. Their body don't be ready for that. When those high intervals and you fatigue and you tired and you start moving and your body is fatigued, that's when those ligament injuries start happening, knee injuries, or the Achilles like him, the tendon injuries and stuff like that in the lower body. because you're not physically in shape. And that's where you see in American football, when you see a lot of injuries in training camp with those torn or sprained MCLs, torn ACL, sprained ACLs, and knee ligaments and ankle ligaments and leg and all them. When you see stuff like that happen, that means a lot of times guys don't be coming into camp in shape. If we don't come in shape and you start doing extreme conditioning, extreme movement, get back into game and boxing speed, you tend to hurt yourself. And David Haye, by a lot of people's views over there in the UK, like to party. He liked to party, so he didn't take Bellew serious. I think that's a wild card, him taking Bellew serious this time. But you got to look at it this way too. Bellew feel in the interview with I'm gonna put the link to Sky to the weigh-in. He feel like he took everything David Haye had, and David Haye is notorious for being front running later in his career. So he said, I feel like that's all he could have give. So I weathered the worst storm he had. Now he older with an injury. I'm just gonna fuck him up. Basically, that's what he said. And I'll link my little prediction video. I didn't really get in depth with it, but I picked Tony Bellew by stoppage. And everybody on Corey Lee boxing panel yesterday. And shout out to Corey Lee, man. His story is amazing. How he started his channel, man. And if you don't know my story, you can go right to the search it. Go right to like my homepage on YouTube and tell you exactly how I got started and why I got started doing this. I might update it every now and again, but maybe next year. But the story's amazing. But all of them, picked David Haye by stoppage. And I could be wrong. I definitely could be wrong. But I don't trust David Haye. I done put too much faith in him before. I don't trust him. He can be in shape this time, but he got a bicep injury and he got a knee Achilles tendon injury. It depends on if he keeps his emotions in check as well, David Haye. Because if he come out swinging for the fences like the first time, and then he emptied the kitchen sink and then he fatigued, it's gonna be a problem. And then he said he wasn't gonna get into the drawing with Tony Bellew. He get the drawing back and forth on what the weigh-in. It wasn't crazy, but I guess you ain't gonna let nobody punk you. But would I be surprised if David Haye won? No, I'm trusting Tony Bellew. I'm trusting the blue collar guy, the one that's gonna come in shape, bring his lunch pail. And I know y'all say garbage, he weak, but the fact remains that he beat this guy's ass in the first fight. And I don't believe that Achilles tendon was the issue until Tony Bellew starts thumping in that ass. So I got Tony Bellew. I said about 9th, 10th round stoppage. I'll link that prediction video I did as well in the description. But I definitely appreciate you guys for coming on with us. We talk all types of boxing, from the basement of prospects to domestic UK, domestic American, to the UK fight. This is gonna be the best UK fight. The best fight tomorrow. One of the better UK fights of the year, I guarantee you. But don't forget, Ryan Garcia fights Jason Velez tonight. We'll have a reaction for that. I'm interested to see the kid. I seen him give a real passionate interview. I really think he loves the sport of boxing. He's just young. But it's TBC and more. Peace.